Saturday's results in the first round of the Czech Republic's presidential election mean the former Prime Minister Miloš Zeman will have a runoff against the Foreign Minister Karel Schwarzenberg in 2 weeks' time. Mr. Schwarzenberg's strong showing was a major upset in what's become a gripping campaign. Rob Cameron reports from Prague.
Karel Schwarzenberg, the 75-year-old foreign minister, makes his entrance. Schwarzenberg, from one of Bohemia's oldest noble families, goes into the second-round runoff with the endorsement of several rival candidates, a friendly media and the Facebook generation behind him.
The future direction of the Czech Republic is going to be decided in the next 2 weeks. Miloš Zeman surely is a big professional and a former Prime Minister. That makes him a respectable opponent. But I am convinced that he represents the past 10 to 15 years.
But he has a tough adversary in Miloš Zeman, Social Democrat Prime Minister from 1998 to 2002. Mr. Zeman is a political heavyweight in every sense of the word, sharp, authoritative and, on occasions, bitingly funny.
I've said it many times before, and it becomes clear today that the presidential duel is going to be similar to the one in France, where the final candidates are either left or right.
He's also tacitly endorsed by the outgoing President Václav Klaus, although that's both a blessing and a curse. The two men are associated with a period when corruption flourished. And once again, in the confusing world of Czech politics, this is a complex battle between more than two camps. It's not a simple split between left and right, but rather a deeper, more existential struggle for the rival visions of society held by Václav Havel and Václav Klaus.
Czechs cast ballots on Friday and Saturday in the first direct election to pick a president. The Statistics Bureau said that among 9 contenders, former Prime Minister Miloš Zeman, a centre-leftist, came out on top with 24.2% of the vote. Centre-right Foreign Minister Karel Schwarzenberg was the runner-up with 23.4%. The two will compete in the second round in 2 weeks, as no one took a majority in the first round. One of the key campaign issues is the country's stance on European integration. Outgoing President Václav Klaus has been sceptical of the policies of the European Union, but both of the final candidates say they will take a pro-EU stance.
The Czechs are taking part in the first direct election for president, a role previously appointed by Parliament, and it's been a lively campaign. Pre-election polls had Zeman and Jan Fischer, another former Prime Minister, as the front-runners. With 9 candidates now down to 2, some may miss heavily tattooed musician Vladimir Franz, who brightened up the campaign in the first round and came in 5th.
Direct election is fantastic. It's making people finally decide who to vote for. They're discussing among themselves who should be president.
In 1989, the communist government that had ruled the then Czechoslovakia for 40 years was overthrown in a revolution led by Václav Havel. He would go on to be president, and 3 years later, when the country split amicably into the Czech Republic and Slovakia, Havel became president of the former. Since then, the Czech Republic's leader has always been elected by Parliament, until now. When Havel left power in 2003, he was succeeded by former Prime Minister Václav Klaus, who's widely seen as being a Eurosceptic.